name's Ty Decker. I'm a patron of UC Berkeley, City of Berkeley, the Bay Area. I grew up in Sunnyvale, California, ASB president in 1981, 1882 in Fremont High School in Sunnyvale. My mom came over from Japan in the late or early 60s, and having to bear the brunt of World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War, I gotta say that you guys are disgusting. You professors, you educators are not educated. You can't rule by feelings. This is not what free speech is about. You've got to get a thicker skin. It's not your feelings that we're worried about. It's the ignorance of the words. We need more speech, not less speech. I cannot imagine a situation where you're too worried about the police after you got Molotov cocktails thrown at your building. You have a blonde girl banging on the door of one of your halls, and the police would not let her in the front door, and your feelings are hurt? Come on. This is America. We have had to suffer from day one. The signers of the Declaration of Independence, all of them had to remain silent for 6 months or they would have been hanged. And most of them were chased down and met very, very bad fortunes in the end. And to say that now that we're at a stage where arbitrary, which is selective enforcement of the laws, and caprice, which is whimsical or feelings. The young lady who just came up here and said that she doesn't feel welcome. We're in the United States of America. Everybody's welcome here who comes here legally. It's the illegality, the capriciousness, which is feelings, and the arbitrariness of enforcing laws, which is, it's not a sanctuary city, guys. It's human trafficking. You've got to understand it. You are being deluded. You're emotionally engineered for 8 years. I believed in Barack Obama after he got elected. I tried to vet the guy. I couldn't find out anything. He was never a professor. I call him Professor Fraud. I tried to highlight a speech delivered on April 27th, 1961, in a 50th anniversary for would have been April 27th, 2011. More likely than not, I was one of these people who were illegally, unlawfully surveilled because I was helping people as pro se litigants, as a paralegal in Marin County, transferred over, that I lived in Emeryville, and there's a very pervasive harm that's going on, meaning that we had an Office of Information in the White House. We had a communist from Oakland, Van Jones, who was part of this nudge propaganda, which is essentially shove. Okay, nudge is something that if you have a driver's license and you have a donor card on it, instead of opting in, you have to opt out. So they increase, like in Sweden, from 3 to 5% or 8% or whatever it is to 80%. Oh, that sounds great, but what happens is it becomes shove. In Emeryville, they shove. It looks all pretty, but I'm telling you, this is the harm that BLM face, because they do not believe in the institutions that we have, because they do not have, because it's arbitrary and it's capricious, because Alameda County does not use judicial rules equally. That's why. And we have got to understand that this is the United States of America, not the United Colors of Benetton, where everybody needs to feel good. All right, so there's a couple speeches. There's a couple maxims I grew up with. Don't judge a book by its cover. So all this micro division, everything that we're doing, instead of aligning underneath the United States of America and the flags, saying the Pledge of Allegiance, so we all are united, instead of divided we fall. This, you refuse fascism. That's not refuse fascism. What it is it was communists and Nazis had a non-aggression pact in 1938. In 1941, the Nazis stabbed the communists in the back. They've been heartbroken since then. That's what they're doing. The fascism of the Nazis, now they're blaming it on all of America. You've got to learn your history. You've got to say no to professors, you being professors at Berkeley. I don't know who you are specifically, but to have this parade of, this charade that's going on, that's basically, you're calling alt-right, you're blaming, you know that Charlottesville was organized by some guy named Kessler? He was a BLM supporter and an Obama supporter up until the election. There's something very nefarious going on here. If you look at the Vice video, why were they embedded in that group? Why do they have aerial view of the actual collision? There's a lot of stuff that's going on with regards to false accusations being weaponized. I want to know what is the penalty for a false accusation. Thank you.
Okay.